The story you learned in school goes like this: Pilgrims plus Indians plus turkey, peace, unity, and pumpkin pie. Nice. Clean. Cozy. The real first Thanksgiving? Nothing like that. Let's rewind to 1621, Plymouth Colony. The Pilgrims have survived their first winter, but barely. Half of them are dead. The survivors are malnourished, exhausted, and so inexperienced it's a miracle they aren't eating rocks by mistake. Across the land live the Wampanoag, a nation recovering from a devastating epidemic that wiped out entire villages only a few years before Europeans arrived. Their world has already fallen apart, long before Thanksgiving was even a thought. So how does a feast happen between two struggling societies? With caution, necessity, and a little bit of luck. The Pilgrims had just harvested their first halfway decent crop. Not miraculous, just good enough that they might survive another winter without their population dropping like flies again. To celebrate, they fired muskets in the air like a colonial "we made it" announcement. The Wampanoag heard the gunfire. And when your neighbors start blasting weapons, you don't assume they're partying, you assume someone's dying. So Massasoit, the Wampanoag sachem, arrives with 90 warriors, not to share dinner, but to be ready for whatever this noise is about. When it turns out the Pilgrims were just celebrating survival, things shift. The Wampanoag join in, and even bring most of the food. Venison, wild birds, corn, squash, beans. The real menu of 1621. No pumpkin pie, no cranberry sauce, no mashed potatoes, and not a single buckle hat in sight. For 3 days, the two groups talked, ate, competed in shooting contests, and built a fragile relationship, one built on mutual need, not mythic friendship. The Pilgrims wanted survival. The Wampanoag needed allies as disease and rival tribes threatened their future. This first feast wasn't the birth of a nation, and it was a truce. A brief moment of cooperation in a century that would soon turn violent and tragic. But for 3 days in 1621, two worlds sat down at the same table. Not as friends, not as enemies, but as survivors fighting to hold on to what they had left. If you enjoyed this trip down the rabbit hole, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart History for Dumb Times.